Can I share my screen?
Can you share?
Yeah, sure.
So yesterday I was doing on your machine only, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So can you go there?
Today I'm at home. One more thing. So the MacBooks will be having pre-installed Linux, right?
Yeah,
So
install Linux, but the thing is, whatever installation we are doing on Ubuntu compatible, right? You can do separately. There is a brew option is there, or the other
so I
option.
mean, do we have any advantage doing it in Ubuntu?
Ubuntu is installation is easier, right? In the Linux, if I say in the other Linux flavor, right? And we can easily get the right installation, like documentation, right? So and I'll say that, see, we have to finally do the practice, right? So whichever place, like even people install in Windows also, but Windows is too much difficulties, right? Because the Hadoop is more suited for the Linux environment, right? Okay. So Ubuntu and other, if I say Mac, right? So Mac is having a different option, right, to install, right? There is a brew option is there. I have not, right? So Ubuntu, I feel comfortable, right? Because once we install, then it will be the same, right? Whenever we go in any distribution installation, right? So that will is nothing difference. Okay. So if someone wants to do like some EC2 Ubuntu can do, right? Okay. But there is a very good instance is needed, at least medium instance with the at least some good RAM and but it will be chargeable, right? If you stop and start instance only, but you have to pay for the EBS volume, right? So that will be always chargeable, but it is not very too much. But I say local setup is better, right? Because if uh, like even 4 GB RAM, if you can give for Ubuntu, that will be work fine. Mm. So okay, so you have this Ubuntu VM. Okay, so this one you change it. So you are not able to change. So better way is now open in the editor rather than this nano editor. Okay. Control X, Shift N. Okay. And if we go here, because that is more easy way, like you can copy paste it. So etc and here Hadoop and one by one you can do files, right? So core site and HDFS site. That what explain. Yarn site. Yeah. So first we go with post.
Uh,
Just close this and change here your username here. Replace this username. Could you replace your username here? Hello? No, okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. We save the site.html. Yeah, replace your username. Yeah, both 26 lines. I have copied the wrong one. It's like a yarn site. Okay. Once this is done, this is a name node format. Once this is done, we have to start Python all.sh. So this command will start the Hadoop services. So anybody joining the meeting now, so you allow. I can't see. So when you are able to see all the 5 services are running, so it means your Hadoop is started successfully. Okay, your Hadoop is running. So you can run the Hadoop command and you can run the MapReduce job, right? So two core component is there in Hadoop, right? One is the hdfs, that is a storage. So Hadoop commands you can run with this installation, and MapReduce job you can run. Okay, but when you go to Hive, Scoop, so you have to do separately each and every component separately. Okay, but this Hadoop is mandated, because if Hadoop is installed, then only you can go for any other installation, because other component are dependent on the Hadoop file system. Yeah. So we have to verify all 5 services are running or not. We will use JPS command, Java Processing Service. So that JPS command will tell us all 5 services are running.
Hi, Arvind, I have one question if you have time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so with the start all dot sh command,
Mm.
I was wondering if you can explain um like the process of how the execution of actually starting is happening, because I noticed that I can make this call regardless through the terminal, no matter what directory I'm in. So
Mm.
I thought maybe I would have to be in the the Hadoop folder to run it, but I see that you can basically call it anywhere. So
Yeah,
normally whenever we need to,
we set the already home path, right? Hadoop home path,
right?
right? Correct.
Uh-huh.
So whenever we set the in bash RC or Hadoop home bin path, right? So we can start from anywhere. So out of these 5 services, the 3 are the HDFS services: name node, data node, and secondary name node. Okay. And resource
Hmm.
manager, node manager, these are the 2 processing services, right? So if you don't want to start all, right? Like suppose you say separate, like you want to start, right? Name node, data
Uh-huh.
node, secondary name node together will start. So there is a
Yeah.
hdfs command is there. Okay, so there is a start hyphen dfs dot sh. Okay, this command. So you have to
Yes.
stop all and then you have to do. Another one command is the yarn command. Yarn start hyphen yarn dot sh. So start
Yeah.
dot sh is for name node, data node, and secondary name node. Okay. So it is
Mm.
already running. So it is saying stop it and first then ensure that to start again. Okay. Because we have to call first stop all sh. That will start all the services. Right. And whenever
Yeah.
you close, right? Suppose this Ubuntu VMU shut down, right? So this will automatically will be terminated, right? So whenever next time you come, so just always remember, right? You have to do start all asset again, start Hadoop, because this is manual way you have to do because you installed your
Yeah.
manually, right? And start yarn.sh. That is for
Yes.
other 2 services. Okay. So generally
Yeah.
we need all 5, right? So
Hmm.
I say like 2 command you run, right? One by one, right? Start DFS, start yarn. So I
Hmm.
run start hyphen all. Start hyphen all is for all 5. Okay. So
Right.
here resource manager and node manager is saying. Okay.
Right. I have one question on that too. Using the individual
Mm.
start DFS and yarn. If I was to use the individual to stop it, like stop dfs.sh, if I did stop dfs.sh before doing yarn, will there be any problems with the data? Like I thought, the order that you start them individually, would it affect how you close them?
It's
Or
not
is
because see, this resource manager, node manager is a separate group, and these are the 3 separate groups. Okay, these
okay,
3. Okay. So even you
okay,
start anything, but when I say like, okay, only the Hadoop commands I'm using, right? So this
uh-huh,
one is mandatory, right? Because all the
yeah,
Hadoop storage, right? Like I'm saying, I want to see my Hadoop directory. So Hadoop
yeah,
fs minus ls slash I do. So this is my
hmm,
root directory. This is my root directory. And right now I have not created anything. So it will be empty. And first of all, this Hadoop is a virtual directory. It's not like directory you can go inside like CD. You can't do. So whenever you are
hmm,
creating a directories inside the directories, so whatever directory you want to see, you have to give a complete path. Right now, there is nothing. So if I want to create a new directory, so there is a Hadoop FS mkdir, and the root you have to give. If I don't give this, if I give this is a base, right? So this is
hmm,
also sorry to give because mkdir will take the parameter. So if I do ls and if I don't give anything, okay. So one is a slash and one is without anything. So if I don't give anything, okay, so this is also our directory, the current directory, okay, like the base, okay. And if
hmm,
I do slash, slash is a root, okay. So if I want to create any directory in the base, so simply Hadoop fs minus mkdir, just I write test. I don't give the slash. So directory will
hmm.
be where this directory will be created. In the base, it will be created. Okay. So just keep in mind.
Yeah, Arvind, Satya couldn't hear anything, it seems. He's also trying to speak, but he can't hear you and he's unable to hear anything.
Everyone is not able to hear, or like some people are not able to hear?
Only Satya, I guess. He's trying to speak, but we can't listen, and he cannot
So he has
hear your voice.
maybe sometimes the meeting has a problem.
He just texted.
Okay. Okay, I'll show the Hadoop command. I think installation is done. Okay. Let me, so everyone got the installation, right? So if you follow the steps in this website one, okay, so you can install when you come to the end of the document, right? So you will see that your Hadoop will be installed. And there is a UI also there of the Hadoop, right? So 9870 port is there. And that 9870 port, this one, 9870. So you can see the Hadoop cluster, right? This is the complete cluster. You can see the data nodes information and the cluster health you can check. And there is a utility, and utility there is a file system. So I cannot create or like copy file, those operations I cannot do, but I can see the file system. Okay. Okay, let me share my screen and I show the command. Okay. Anyone has any question related to installation?
Arvind, I think Swaroop is waiting in the lobby. Can you please let him in?
This meeting is being
Okay, so you guys able to see my screen? So I have to start the first Hadoop service.
Arvind.
Okay, so I have a list of commands. So just one by one we try the command. Okay, so first of all, like Hadoop file system, right? So Hadoop distributed file system, okay, it's a storage component of the Hadoop, right? So when we install Hadoop, the two component will come by default, okay? So HDFS will come and MapReduce will come. You can do any MapReduce job you can run by using Hadoop, right? Once the Hadoop is installed, so you can run a MapReduce job and you can run any Hadoop command you can do, okay? So Hadoop can be, HDFS can be accessed three different ways. One is command line, like terminal, right? Okay. So terminal we can run the command. We can run Hadoop command. So Hadoop developer command. So there are the two categories of the commands. Okay. One is the developer command and the admin command. Okay. So developer command, like mostly the developer is doing the data analytics, right? So copying the data, removing the data, the file system commands, right? Some information related command, right? So those are the developer command. But admin command is like adding a node. That is a Hadoop admin part. Okay. But some of the commands we should have knowledge, right? So there is a one safe mode command is there. I will talk about the safe mode. So that command we can use. But mostly other commands are the adding a node in the cluster, deleting node. Okay. and checking the health status of the cluster, right? Health status. So fsck command is there. One fsck. So this fsck command. So some of the command we can use it, but most of the other commands are the need admin command. Okay. So these are the two category of the commands. And how many ways we can access the hdfs? One is the command line terminal. Okay, command line terminal. And generally this is the local SDFs, local Hadoop file system. Okay. And other way is programmatic way. Programmatic way is a Java API. The SDFS Java API is there. SDFS Java API. So these Java API, like some jars we have to use, like Java Maven project. Java Maven project, we have to use the jars dependency. Okay, jar dependencies of Hadoop SDFS API. Okay, then we can write the Java program. So Java program we can write for creating a file, copying a file, creating file, copying a file. Okay, so we have to write a program. So what is the difference, right? Like command line and programmatic approach. So programmatic approach is like a automation, right? If I say I have to create 100 folders, so if you write SDFS command, right, like mkdir 100 times, or you can write a shell script also, because shell script you can write in a loop, right? Some like incremental counter, right? You can use and you can write a shell script also. Okay. And other approach is like a programmatic way. We can write a Java program for loop. We can write and we can create. Okay, I will show that how to use the SDFS Java API. And the third one is the REST call API. So REST call API is when you are going to access SDFS remotely. Like suppose SDFS is not in your local machine. This is on the remote machine. So we have a curl utility in the Unix, right? Curl utility. So this curl utility is the Linux utility, and we can run curl HTTP commands. Okay, and we will get the JSON response. So JSON response is like a response is 200 OK, or different status are there. Okay, so 200 is a OK status, and the other status is a 404 not found, right? 404 is the not found. Those are the HTTP codes are there. So we can do these other three ways. Okay. The first one we are starting with the command line. These are the terminal commands. Okay. So how to do practice of this command? Because these commands are very essential command. Like generally, most of the times when we are doing analytics, right? So we need to write or copy the data in Hadoop file system. Without copying the file in Hadoop file system, you cannot do the analytics, right? With any Hadoop ecosystem component, right? Whether you are using Hive, you are using Scoop, anything, right? So some component are the ingestion tool, right? Like Scoop and Flume. So that are bringing the data, but Hive and MapReduce, these are the analytics tool. Okay. So I start the one by one command. So first is I want to see all the directory of my Hadoop file system. So when I do Hadoop fs minus ls /, so it will be so when I say Hadoop fs minus ls /, so it will be showing me all the directories in my Hadoop file system. Okay, so if I have nested directory, right? So I'm able to see this is a root level directory. These are all the root level directory. But suppose I have a directory inside the directory. So how I will see Hadoop fs minus ls / because I want to see in the workshop folder. In the workshop folder, again, the two directories are there and one file is there. So we understand here this is D is for directory and hyphen dash is for the file. So again, 2 directories and 1 file is there. I want to see the content of this input directory. So hadoop fs minus ls, then I will do this. I will see there is no further anything is there. Okay. If I see new one to it will be also nothing is there. So I have to give a complete path. If I want to see any nested directories, so I have to give complete path from the root. Okay, so then I can see the content of the last directory. This directory content I can see. If I give till here path, I will see the content of this one. So you see in that last one, like if I give till workshop, so I'm getting the inside the workshop. Right? These are the workshop. And there is another way is there. If I do minus ls capital R. Okay. So these are all commands are there. You can see here because I have already written on this command. So when I do ls minus capital R, this will be showing me nested directories. Okay. So if any directories having further any files or directories, it will show. Okay, but input and new one too, we don't have anything. That is the reason it's not giving anything. Okay, we create our own directory, then you will understand properly. Hadoop. I created test 2, 3 to 1. Okay, so when I do ls right now in this test 3 to 1 is empty because there is nothing. Okay, I want to create further 2 more directory in this test 3 to 1. So I'm giving test 3 to 1, test 1 to 3, and test 1. Will it create? Will it create test 1 and test 1 to 3? Because test 1 to 3 and test 1 both are not there. Will it create or not? Because this is a simple Unix feature, right? Unix, like when I'm trying mkdir like this, can you create without hadoop fs or simple mkdir command? Can you do that? Like test 1, 2, 3 and test 1 both can be created in one single command? It will not create. Because it will say you are creating a test 1, but test 1 to 3 is not there. Okay. So what is our approach for this? Like I create a test 1 to 3 first, and then we can create a test 1. But if I then 2 mkdir command you have to run. So first mkdir command you have to run this, and after that you have to run the another mkdir command again, the complete path. Okay. So this is a one approach. But I say I want to create in a one single command. So minus p you do. Now you see it is created. So now I want to verify. I do fs minus ls, and I say test 3 to 1. Okay, I can see test 1 to 3 is there, and when I say test 1 to 3, then I can see test. Okay, so this is the way. Right here you can see mkdir minus p. Okay. Okay, I have some file here. Okay, and I want to copy this file or any file. I want to copy in my test 3 to 1 directory. So I have a file hadoop fs minus put command. So if you see here, copying a file is put command or copy from local. The 2 commands are there. So you have to give local source path and Hadoop target path. So local source path is your Unix Ubuntu file system path, right? So I'm copying the file. Suppose I say I have a file internal.txt, and I want to write the file into test 3 to 1 directory. Okay. So this is what is the source here? File. So if your file is in some other location, because my file is in the same directory, so I'm not giving a complete path. But suppose my file is in download folder or another folder, desktop folder, anywhere, so I can give the complete path. When I do this, it is copying the file into the test 3 to 1 directory. So if I want to verify, I will do till test 321. I will see here internal.txt is created. So already one directory is there, but the file is created over there, internal.txt. I want to see the content of the file. Hadoop fs minus cat. All the Linux commands are there. These are the commands, but we have to use Hadoop fs. Or some places you will see hdfs. So you will see the hdfs dfs. hdfs dfs you will use, and there you can use the minus cat, and you can use test 321, and then you say internal.txt. Okay. So both command are fine. Either you can use hdfs dfs or you can use Hadoop fs. So Hadoop fs. So they have just changed the naming convention. Okay. Earlier command is a Hadoop fs, but later on they have changed the naming convention is hdfs dfs, Hadoop distributed file system command. Okay. So this is the cat command to see any file content. You can see the file content in the Hadoop directory. Okay. I told you, you cannot go inside the Hadoop file system. If you want to see UI, so I told like there is a 98704 port is there. So you start localhost because my Hadoop is installed in my local machine. So localhost 9870 is the default port. You see, this is my Hadoop file system, right? This is my like my localhost 9000, and the data node. You can see this is a one data node because it's a one single machine. Okay, and this is the capacity of my disk, right? My Hadoop file system is showing. So whatever space I allocated to my Ubuntu, it is taking the Hadoop space. Okay, and block size is like configurable, but it's a default block size is the 128 MB. And there are the other things are there like data node, 112 snapshot. So this is one utilities. So browse the file system. If you go here and click on the go, so you can see whatever directories you are able to see over there in the terminal, right? The same is coming here. So we created test 321. Test 321. I think there are the multiple places. And sorting option will be there, so we can sort by 25. Three, two, one. Can you see this test 221? When I go inside, so I copy the term internal.txt. When I click on this, so it is giving the option to download. So what file I copied there, I can download, I can see the content. Okay. But you cannot copy the file or anything you cannot do. Only just view the directory, browse the directory. Okay. So any directory you can go, okay, in the file system. You can upload the file here also. Suppose I don't want to run the command. I can use the upload button, and here I can say some file. It's form.xml. I upload it. I think it's a problem here. But upload option, like we can upload the file also. Parent directory you want to go, you can go parent directory. So this is the UI, right? You can see. Okay. So now, if I want to see the file, I have seen through the cat command. Okay. So if I do same put command again, what will happen? If I do this put command again, and what it's doing basically, this internal.txt file, it is copying into the same name. Because if I specify some different name, Okay, internal1.txt. So now the file will be copied with the name internal1.txt because internal.txt is already there, right? So if I try this command again, what will happen? It will give error because the file is already exists. So whenever we are copying the file, same name, okay, so it is giving the error. So there is a solution for this. We can use minus. When I use -f, so I'm saying forcefully to update in my Hadoop file system. Just I do this. So it will overwrite my Hadoop file system file with this local file. Okay. So if you want to create with a different name, / you can give different name. Okay. So it will create another new file with the different name. So that is also possible. So -f option you can use when you want to forcefully update the file. So there is another command similar to put. There is a copy from local. So copy from local, and remember that this is a case sensitive, a camel case. So C small, F capital, L capital. Okay, and then you are doing the same thing, internal.txt, and you want to copy test 321, and you are doing the same thing. So again, this copy from local also gives the same issue, right? So we can use -f to forcefully over. So you see here, copy from local is copying the file from your local file system to Hadoop file system. Same put command is also doing the same job. Okay, so that is the reason I written here, copy from local and put both are same. Okay, just the name is different, but command is okay, command is different. The reverse command of this is a get command. Suppose you have a file in Hadoop file system and you want to get back into your local file system. So how you will do? Hadoop fs -get, or you can use copy to local. So get, and now you have to give Hadoop file system path. So what is the Hadoop file system path? Test 321 internal.txt. And now I will give the current path. So here is the good thing. Even if you don't give anything, it will be copied in your local. Okay. But again, it will give the error. Why? Because internal.txt is already there in your local file system. Right. So again, there is an option -f. So when you use -f option, okay, -f option, when I use -f option, this -f option will be forcefully override in the local. So now it will not give the error. When I do this, so it is overriding. Okay. So because the file is same, so I cannot find the difference. Okay. But suppose some other file you have in Hadoop file system and you copy in the local, so you can use this way, or you can use dot. So if you use dot, that is also the same thing. It is copying the file from Hadoop file system to local file system. Suppose you say, I don't want to save the file with the same name, I want to give a different name. So you just give the different name. See, so the file is copied in local file system with the name internal1.txt. So if I show you the content of internal1.txt, it's the same content. If you see that internal.txt, that is also same. No? So this is clear so far. Anyone has any question till ls mkdir put copy from local, get copy to local? And you can see all the commands here like Hadoop fs. So when you do Hadoop fs is like you are giving prefix Hadoop fs, so it will give you what are the commands are there. All the command lists, right? So I mentioned here, all the command list is here, right? Pen to file, okay, cat command, checksum, chgroup, chmove, concat, copy from local, copy to local, and you can get the parameter of. So Hadoop will be giving all the command lists. Okay, so there is another command is hadoop fs minus users. So users command is giving the options, right, for any particular command. Suppose I say I want to know what are the parameter options are there in the ls. Just I write ls. ls is having these many different options as well. Okay, if I say hadoop fs minus users put command. Okay, so I will get minus f minus p, right? Now I want to get more details about these options. So there is a help command itself. So hadoop fs minus help, and then I will write put. So I will see more detailed help. So I will get the more detailed help about the options. So examples are not there, but you will get the options and get the help. So minus D is for the skip creation of the temporary file. So these are the options, but mostly use this minus F because override the destination file if the file is already like this. Okay. P means preserve timestamp, right? Ownership number of threads. So there are many options are there, but the main important option is the minus F, right? When we use. So one command is the help command, and another command is users command. So if I say I have to, okay, now another command I'm telling append to file. Okay, so what append to file does? So append to file is basically copying the two file from your local file system and merging the file and creating a new file in the Hadoop file system. So just take an example. I have suppose files I take internal one and internal one dot. So I want to append these two files. I want to merge the content of these two files and copy the file. The merge copy I want to write in the Hadoop file system. So Hadoop fs minus append to file and give the two file location. So one file is internal.txt, internal1.txt, and then give the Hadoop file system. So Hadoop file system you will be giving test 321, and I give the merge file. I gave the name internal2.txt. Internal2.txt I'm creating in the Hadoop file system. I want to see the content. So I will see the whatever file you give first, that file will come, but both are the same. Okay. So it is like these are the 4 lines, and this is the second file 4 lines. Okay. But whatever file you give first, that file will come first. Okay. So this is your file in the Hadoop file system. So this is append to file. Okay. So if I say I want to get two files to merge and bring into the local file system, so there is a command get merge command. So I clearly mention here get merge Hadoop file path 1, Hadoop file path 2, and the file name for the local file. Right? What file you want to create in the local file system. So I say Hadoop fs minus get merge, and I say the first file is a test 321, and I have already internal.txt. Okay, this is the first file, and the second file is a test 321 flag. Just now I created internal 2.txt. Okay, and now I want to create my local file system file, which is a merge file, and I say internal 3.txt. Okay. So I give this. Now I will do. I want to see the content of internal 2. Simply cat command I can see internal 3.txt. So now you see. So internal 1 already 1, and internal 2 is having the content of already 2 files is there. Right? The total 3 files content is there. So basically internal is a 4 lines file, and internal 2 we already prepared the 8 lines file. So you can see here the 12 lines of files, this internal field. So you can have more than one file also, right? Get merge. Suppose you have 3 files are there in the Hadoop file system. So one file you give, second file you give, and the third file you give, and after that you will give the local file system. So, you know, when you are giving a Hadoop file system file, you have to give a complete root path, right? You have to give complete. Okay. So if you want to create a file in the local file system, any directory, so you can give the directory. Okay, you can give any directory path where you can create with the name of the file. You can give. Is it clear this one?
Yes.
Okay. Because this command, if you are checking the first time, so you have to do practice because you have to understand command and then you have to run again and again this command, then you will get the practice. Because sometimes you are using like syntax things, right? That's very important here because these are all case sensitive. And what options you have to provide each and every command. Like some command is taking 1 parameter, some are taking 2 parameters, some are taking like parameters. So it depends, right? So it depends on the command. So
Arvind, I have one question. So you know how with the put and get commands when we're copying from local into Hadoop file system or the other way around, can you use the commands interchangeably? Like, can I use Hadoop calls on a file that isn't in the Hadoop system? No, right?
did get you. You are saying which command, like local command, Unix command, and Hadoop command you are saying?
Yes, yeah. So I know there's Linux commands and there's the Hadoop commands. Can you only do Hadoop commands on files that you've brought into Hadoop first?
Yes. See, Hadoop
Yeah.
command we use for the Hadoop directory. Unix command you use the for Unix directory. You cannot, same command you cannot use because Hadoop FS is always looking the path in the Hadoop file system. Don't expect the local file. Whenever you say cat internal 3.txt, so it will be checking in the local directory first or whatever path you are giving. Okay, because this is a normal Unix command. Okay, so I told you whenever even the cat you give the complete here the path also, still it will not work out because this is the prefix you have to give because without Hadoop FS it will not understand this is the Hadoop. So to provide Hadoop FS, then you say minus cat.
Okay.
So simply, right, you should know what command you are running, right? So suppose I have to search something in the local file system, the local file system command you will run. And when you know, right, you have to do analytics and you have to copy the file in a Hadoop file system. So you will run the Hadoop FS put command, copy command. Okay. So that command you will run. Okay. So Hadoop is having cpmb command. Okay. We know, right, cpmb command, what Unix it does, right? Copy and cut copy and copy paste, right? Like this one. CP is doing copy paste and MB is doing cut paste, right? That is cpmb. But Hadoop FS also cpmb. But this cpmb is Hadoop to Hadoop copying the file, not from the local to Hadoop or Hadoop to local. Hadoop to local, local to Hadoop. So get put command is there. But when you have the file in your one Hadoop directory and you want to copy, that could be a one scenario, right? Because my file is in the one test T21 directory. Okay, so I say Hadoop FS minus CP. I say test T21, and I have a file here, internal.txt, and I want to copy the file test T21, and we created test 123 directory, right? So if this file is there also, it will give the same error file exists. Because whenever file name is matching, Hadoop is not blindly override without any confirmation. So if you still want, so it will be giving you option minus F. Okay. Otherwise, you will get the option, you will get the error file exists. So it is indicating, right? Because Hadoop is for the large amount of the data, right? So by mistake, right, you have a very large amount of file you copied, or suppose you generated some data from some system, right? Some analytics, right? And by mistake, the same file name you use, right, to from local to Hadoop, right? so it can override. Okay, so that is the reason it will give you the like exist error, right? If this file name is already exist, so you first confirm it whether this file you really want to overwrite or just by mistake you done. Okay, so
Okay.
so now again, if I run this command, now I will get the error because previously this internal.txt file was not there, right? So that's the reason it was
Yes.
copied, correct? And both are the
Mhm.
Hadoop. Now I'm running again, I will get the error because file was already copied. And now I'm
Right.
trying to copy again. Second time you will get the error. Still you want to forcefully want to do. So same minus you can do.
Okay.
So it is aligned. Suppose you want to do MB command. Okay. So I'm using a MB behavior is a cut paste. Okay. I say test321. This file I want to, because already the file is there, but I say I want to copy with a different name. So different name you want to copy, so always give the file name. If you don't give the file name, it will copy with the same name. Okay. So now it will not get the problem, right? Because but here the operation is this internal.txt will be cut and pasted as the name as internal one. So this is done. But now if I do second time, so second time what problem will come? Because this file is still not there. I'm trying to already I move the file, right? So I'm getting the error on this part. Because second time you
Right.
can, because you have done the MB. If you have done
You've
C,
already cut. Yeah.
right, already cut. So, and one more thing is, I think -F option will not work. Okay, we try another one. Okay, we have internal 3 is there, right? In test or 2 is there. Okay, test321. Okay, and I try with the, or first we do CP, okay, to copy so that my file from the source should not go. Okay, and I should give with the same name. Okay, with the same name, I want to copy because I want to do testing for the MV with -F. Okay, so now I'm trying -MV. Okay, and if I try this, it will be giving me error because the file is already adjusted, right? But I want to override. Okay, if I do -F, I think they have not allowed. Okay, this option they have not given. Okay, so you see in -CPF is allowed, -put F allowed, -get F allowed, but -MB there is no F option. Can we verify?
Okay.
Hadoop, because they have forcefully they see MB command is like a cut paste command you are doing. So forcefully option they have not allowed. Okay, so we try to find the uses of MB. So if you want to, if you are getting this kind of thing, it means the command is not exist, right? The parameter is not there. So you will be getting in the beginning like illegal option add. Okay. So something which is not present and you are trying, so that will be like illegal option. So you can cross verify in the uses, right? So there is no -F option is there. If you see here also, see there is any option parameter is there with -MB? No, right? And if you see -CP, there are so many other parameters. For -MB, they have not given any parameter, only just source and destination. Okay. So if something is not there, you can't do. Okay, you can't do because these are the documentation, right? These are the documentation, right? These are the things you can do. Okay. And these are the command only you can use. These are the command which are coming here. So these are the list of commands. So we have seen MB and CP. If I want to create any empty file, so there is a touch command. We know in Unix touch command is there, right? Create a 0 size. So I can do here also touch, and I can give the path where I want to create empty file. Okay. Just any name you give. Okay. Now you see the size. I just have first name is, and let's 3, 2, 1. When I do this test 3 to 1, I can see my test file is there. Okay. So my test file is present. Okay. And there is one more command I tell. Okay. There is replication factor. You can see this is a by default replication factor is 1 because in the Hadoop configuration, right? When we are installing, we have set the replication factor 1, right? You have seen in the like a hdfs site.xml, there is a replication factor 1. Because there is a no meaning of replication factor 3, right? Because this is a single node cluster, right? Single node machine. So if I want to still change the replication factor, so command line is a way to change the replication factor for a particular file. Because if I change in the XML and restart the Hadoop, so again my replication factor will change for the entire Hadoop file system. I don't want to do that. I want to keep it my Hadoop file system replication factor 1, but still I want to change for one particular file replication factor 3. Because I believe, right, okay, some file is a highly critical file. Okay, and I want 3 copies of this file, like 3 block copies. So I want to change the replication factor, set wrap, and then you give the new replication factor value, and then give the path of the file. And even in the directory also you can do. So that replication factor will change all the files in that directory. So if I do internal1.txt, so right now the replication factor is changed only for this particular. So if we check here ls command, so you will see like 1 is changed to 3. So still these 2 files replication factor is not changed. So what I can do, I can use the directory level replication factor. So what I can do, I can change the replication factor on the directory level. So just I do like this, and it will set the pre-replication factor for all the files. Because replication factor is not related to directory. Means replication factor is a file. But if I'm applying on the directory means it will be applied on the files in the directory. Right? These are all files, right? You can see these are all files. If I check ls and I say test 3 to 1 directory, so you will see all will be 333. Or even in the directory also, the files are the also 333. So there is a one command, right? Minus ls minus r. Okay, I was showing. So you want to see all the nested directories, because here you cannot see the internal directories, right? So what are the directories are there, right? So this directory. So this directory has some content. I want to see that content also. So when you apply ls minus r, you can see test 321, then test 123. So I'm getting a nested level of list. Okay. So this minus r option will be giving you the nested level of listing. Okay. So this command is basically the set prep command. And one more command also I will do, truncate command. Suppose some file you want to modify file itself. So truncate is the command. So when you say hadoop fs minus cat, this is my content. And now I want to only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters. Okay. So what I will do, hadoop fs means be applying on the same file, and I say 8 characters, and then I will say the file, which file I want to apply. Yes, okay, so it will modify the same file. Okay, so it is applying. Now I will see the content of this file, now length 8. So if I see internal 2.txt, it is only 8 characters. So try this command. I will give this command. I will, okay. So some of the commands are still left. So I will cover it tomorrow. Okay. Meanwhile, you complete all these commands. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I will upload the in the YouTube video and I will upload in the classroom the text file. Okay. So you can do that. Okay. Yeah. Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Hi, Arvind.
Yeah. Thank you, Arvind. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, thanks, Arvind.
Hello. Hi,
Yeah.
Arvind. Small doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I asked you, I couldn't hear your voice. Uh, so what's the reason we are installing Ubuntu instead of doing it on Mac? I mean, like, do we have any reason?
No, Mac is C. I'm just doing for the majority is the Windows, right? Okay. See. So,
Okay.
yeah, so that is the reason like Ubuntu, like Windows VirtualBox. Okay. A Mac is like alternative.
Okay.
When you install Mac, but I told you, right, difficulties will come, right? Because it's not very stable, okay, in the Mac. Okay?
Yeah.
But I'm saying like, okay, any other operating system also like through VMware or any way you can do, because Ubuntu, the one advantage is like, okay, if we are learning on the cloud also, like Ubuntu EC2 instance, like we can do the CI/CD pipeline, Jenkins, all installations we can learn. So we keep it consistency for one OS. And you know, right, Linux flavor, even the Red Hat Linux also we can use. So there are the yum commands are there, right? Okay. And here is the sudo apt get command are there. So command difference is like any installation you can do, but if we have like the documentation, I say like Ubuntu is much better documentation for the Hadoop component. Okay, we can go for Linux, Red Hat, or this one, but the licensing problem, you know, right, in the other flavor, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So Ubuntu is the open source. So that's one good part. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
got it, Arvind. Yeah, thank you.